Hey everybody, it's Jeanne, and I am going to try and do an unboxing. Now, I can't hardly, I have just had that eye surgery this week, and it's been 5 days, and my vision is perfect in one eye, but the other eye is all over the place. And right now I don't have anything over my eye. If I had a patch or something, I would lose all the peripheral vision. So I'm trying to look at everything with both eyes. But the one eye has a bubble, a gas bubble in it, like a bandage to protect the where they were operating, so to close the hole, to protect the whole thing. So this is just going to be completely, unedited. I'm not going to change anything because I'm just going to put it on as is. But I wanted to kind of touch base with you and let you know everything was fine. I survived. It was not an easy surgery because I didn't think it was going to be as difficult as it was. But that being said, it is over and done with, and keeping my head down for 4 full days and nights was very difficult. So I do have like some neck aches and so forth, and it was just difficult. My face, where I touched, I had to kind of hold my head up with my hands or my arms. My face is sore to the touch, where my cheekbones are, and my forehead and my chin. Those areas are kind of sore. But really, to be able to get your vision back is a small price to pay for that miracle, because I was completely, I had no vision at all in that eye. I mean, I could see peripherally, but if you ever think about peripheral vision, my son says I say it wrong. If you ever see, you can't look at anything, you just know it's there. So essentially, just looking at anything directly, it was completely distorted. There was like a big dot in the middle, and everything I looked at was twisted. I could not read the big E on the eye chart. And when I went back in for my very first checkup, I could not even see there was an eye chart. So that's kind of scary. But the good news is, on Friday, I picked up something and I brought it up really close to my eye, and I could read the words on it. There was no distortion. So I am hoping that that is an excellent sign and that the surgery was successful. So anyway, this is my package from Dust Fairies, and it came in the mail yesterday, and I kind of wanted to save it to unwrap with you, and I had, so many things to do. My daughter stayed with me the whole time. She lives about an hour and a half away, and she came and she just stayed with me, which was absolutely glorious, because I haven't had hardly any time with her this whole year. We've done social distancing, where she's come to the house and we stand way far apart, and we might have bonfires and this and that, and we've had some social time together, but not this winter. Once it got cold, we couldn't hardly see each other or do anything because it's just too cold to be outside, and we weren't comfortable with the indoor part. But I had one of the COVID shots already, and needs must. You have to do what you have to do. And so she stayed at the house, and my fingers are crossed and my prayers have been said that there's no COVID flying around my house, and that I won't get it before my second shot, which is on the 25th of this month. So, again, she brought this in just before she left last night, and when she left, I was very tired, and I just thought I'll save this and do like maybe an unboxing. So, so anyway, this is what a package from India looks like. And it's so funny because this is my to address. She put to, and she put it up in the return address side. And then down here, she put her own return address. So it might be why it took so long to get here. That might have confused people in the post office, you know, trying to send it back to India, because that's where normally you put where it goes. And this is the return address, or maybe they just sent it back to me as a return address and said it didn't have enough postage to go back or something. I don't know. Whatever it was, it got here. Yay, it got here. So, of course, I'm going to keep that for my journal, and I will keep the customs declaration, and I'm going to keep this for my journal. It arrived pretty much intact. This is the export invoice, and I'm going to keep that. So the only problem was that it did split open here, and you can actually see the fabric, but I'm sure that it's fine. It doesn't look like we had any problems. And I noticed that it cost so many rupees, which is, you know, fun to see. And this is a package of fabric scraps, and they are made, the scraps come from either people making saris in India, where they have scraps from the making of them, or these are old saris that are, you know, stained and can't be used anymore, and she's cut away all the good parts and the pieces, and she sells those. But she sells these Sari Scraps from her Facebook page, and I can't really put anything, I can't do anything because I can't give you an address or anything. But if you're interested in finding out where she is, she's Dust Fairies. She's called, let me see, Dust Fairy Fabrics or Dust Fairies on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm going to try and pull that out, and let's see what we have here. I'm actually very excited to see that. I want to make sure there's nothing in there. Okay, and I'm saving my packaging for sure. So even though that it was split open and I could see this fabric, the inner packages were not split. So there's no danger of anything being split or cut, which is fine because it's scraps, and I'm going to cut them up anyway and use them as scraps, but it just didn't happen. So let's see what we have here, and we'll take that off. Sorry for the noise. Some people I know are very sensitive to the noise, and I will of course keep that. I don't know what that is, but ooh, oh my goodness, that is huge. For my journals, I'll probably have to be cut up to use. But what a lovely piece. That looks like a duck head. Must be a peacock. It must be a peacock. So, oh yeah, that is really, really nice. For an auspicious occasion. Solicit your benign presence and blessings on the occasion of I can't read very well, ceremony of their loving sister. Oh, it's an event. It's an event, and this was probably the giveaway. You know how you always have like a goodie bag or something? So yeah, very, very nice. Okay, and let's see what's in here. I was kind of thinking of doing a boho style journal, but I really just wanted to have these to kind of brighten up my papers and stuff. And this is something that Sophia's made, and that's very pretty. Is it double? Oh, it is. Oh, very nice. And oh, she made me several things. How pretty that is. And that really kind of gives me an idea, you know, a little bit of an idea how to use everything. And another tag, so pretty. Oh, very nice. Very nice. All I bought were scraps, so these are just extra bonus pieces that she made for me. So that is nice. Oh, and look at this. Woo. Very pretty, very pretty. Oh, that feels really nice. And you can use these as one piece or as 3. You know, that could be a whole set. The zigzag could be one piece, the bottom row and the top row, 2, 3. Very pretty. There's a lot in here. And some very pretty paper. This is really heavy, like a cardstock. And gold. This looks like it might have been a sticker. I don't feel like it was a sticker, but it has a shiny part to it. So, yeah, it's hard because I really can't look too much. I mean, I'm not supposed to read, and that's why I haven't responded to any of your comments from the previous video. I'm not allowed to use my phone or do any reading. I can watch TV, so I've been watching your videos, but I'm not allowed to tell you I have. And that, yes, that was those tassels. I think I would love those tassels. I knew I would. And they're really nice. This is a little purple one. And a 3-tiered one. How nice. Love that. And let's see what's in here. Oh, probably. And that is just some pretty paper. Pretty paper in here. Very, very nice. And it's just like a piece of cardstock, a heavy piece of cardstock. So I will put those back in there to protect them. I like that. Yeah, I love tassels, and I don't really know how to make them very well. Although I bought stuff to make them, and I just haven't had a chance to look it up and see how to do it right. I know how I would do it. I would make them. I would jerry rig a tassel, which I actually did do one, but I knew it didn't look right. So here we go with this, and oh, this will make a nice tie for a journal, for a closure. I love that. I love that. Straight from India, you guys. I love that. My daughter-in-law used to live in Bombay, or her parents did, and she would visit there for long periods of time. So she's very familiar, and she had given me some things from India. Okay, let's see what this is. I know you've been peeking at this. I have too. With brave wings she flies. Oh, I like that. I like that very, very much. I feel like I have had brave wings this week. I really do. So nice. I just, Oh, I'm gonna put that on the mantle for now, or not the mantle, on the table in front of me, so I can pick this up and enjoy it. I go to the doctor on, ooh, look at these little tiny scraps. You know, I might use those. I go to the doctor on Tuesday, so maybe my restrictions will be oh, you know what? I didn't even notice that as I was pressing on that the whole time I'm looking at everything. It was probably making a lot of noise. I'm so sorry. But how pretty she has wrapped this. Oh my goodness, how pretty, pretty. And look at that. Look at those beads. Now, she has packages. Oh, these are just loose. Love that. They're iridescent beads. Oh my goodness, they turn so many pretty colors. I hope you can see that. The beads around the paisley edge. Oh, so pretty. I knew I was going to love this. And let's undo this. This beautiful, beautiful fabric. You can see the shimmer. You can see the shimmer of the pattern in that. And that is beautiful, beautiful. I wish I had my full vision to see this. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. Now, it says, actually it has a little bit of a, like a very, very, very faint incensey scent. It smells really good. It's very, very good. And oh, look at these. Look, look, look. How pretty those are. Those are very pretty. You know, you see them online like I'm showing you now, and you know what you're buying. You already know what you're buying, but seeing it and handling it in person is so nice. So fun. And some braid. Oh, so great. Oh, and that's going to be so pretty. And the two colors are, don't you just love the brilliant colors? And look how much it matches this fabric. A boho journal is going to be beautiful. I don't really know if I can make one with a nice theme like that. I'm really good at just throwing everything on there. I don't know that I'm so good at making themed journals. So I've been kind of nervous about it, but I thought, well, the best thing to do is just jump in and see. And that is beautiful. That's very thin fabric. You could, if I had a good eye, you could almost see through it. It's gauzy, and I would use either side. This side has more to it, but this side is pretty just on its own with the just without the white. So yeah, that's nice. And look with how much of it. Very nice amount of that. And oh, all these are braids. And some of you might have seen it because it was on her Facebook page to purchase. This was package A. A while back. It was maybe a month ago. It might have taken a month to get here, and I think it's just because of the way it was addressed. And here we have this. This braid is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful braid, and I like that. And oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. I love all the purples. I think I like so much. I like purple so much right now. And you can see this was cut. This is apparently cut off of something, maybe a veil or something. So, but these are all Sari Scraps from saris from India. Wow, very pretty, very nice. Oh my goodness. I tend to tip everything towards me. I should tip it, let it lay flat towards the camera. So pretty. And this is another piece of braid. Oh, and that again can be cut into 3 pieces or used as a big wide band. Love that. And then this fabric, all braided. I mean, this is like embroidered. It's very heavily embroidered. And this, the fabric on the back is like a flocked fabric. It's like a velvet, a heavier, it's not velvet. Velvet has like a movement to it. It's like, I'm almost just saying flocked because it's there's no movement to the fabric, but it's really soft. It's like, almost like felted fabric. Maybe you could say felt. Wow. Wow, so pretty. Oh my goodness. That is a beautiful piece there. Yes. Now those are all the braids. That's all the braids, and the rest of this is large pieces of fabric. And very flexible, very soft, very pretty checked pattern. Love that. And this has floral. You can just see it. You know, I would almost love to doodle that pattern because it, I'm thinking the pattern goes this way, how a flower would grow up. And that's beautiful. Look how much fabric you get. Oh, that's 2 pieces. There are 2 different pieces. This is a brighter red. This is a brighter red, and it's thinner. It's thinner. This seems to have a little bit of gold woven with the red that makes it more of a brick red. And it feels just slightly heavier. And it actually is a different pattern. You can see that that's a round flower, and this flower has jaggeds. And yeah, it's definitely a different pattern. It's a different pattern. And you get a nice big piece of that. And then this one, so pretty. Very, very pretty, and it has a band on the fabric. The fabric folds over and is solid, but it has a band on the bottom. And the rest of it appears to be completely solid. And the band is one side, and then the end almost could be like a table runner. So pretty. And this is the same in purple with gold, and I think the pattern is different. Yes, the gold pattern is different in that. And I'm not going to move my camera up to show you because I can't do any editing to help you see anything. So I just hope you can see what you can see. I probably should check. Yeah, oh good, it looks like I'm in the frame. I thought I might be too too high up. I could probably come down just a hair. Okay. So, oh, I love those three colors. Green, maroonish purple, and an orange gold. Beautiful colors together. It looks like these two patterns are the same and this pattern is different. Wow, this was so worth waiting for. And this is just a very solid piece of purple sari fabric. I don't see, there's a selvage edge. I don't see any pattern anywhere on that. So that's a nice background piece. And again, another nice background piece. And it has a beautiful shimmer to it, just gorgeous. And another one, now this shimmers into two colors. I'm pretty sure you should be able to see that, into like a blue and rust, which is gorgeous in person. And you get quite a bit of fabric there. And the selvage edge is interesting all on its own. That would make a great border piece. And then this is a very big piece of fabric. Wow. Wow, how pretty is that? Oh my goodness, I wonder what I could make out of that. You could make anything you wanted out of that. That's a huge piece of fabric. I don't remember this at all from the, but it's interesting how it's made. It looks like the gold is sewn over the stripes in leaving open areas where you see this, where you see the pattern. So, oh, that is beautiful. Okay, and that, my friends, is it. So, that is my package, and and I am going to share that with you and share my update with about my eye surgery. And I am on the mend. There wasn't much pain with it. There was a little bit the very first night. My eye is sore. Oh, and my goodness, I looked in the mirror last night after my daughter left. And my eye is beet red. My whole eye is beet red. So, I mean, except for the iris and the pupil, but all the whites of the eye, all of it is beet red. And my poor daughter, she's been putting eye drops in my eyes all week. And, how ugly was that? So, I didn't know that. So here we go. There. And you know what? I'm not even going to put any fanfare or anything on this video. I'm just going to do it as simple as possible and just send it to YouTube to check in with you guys. And I want to thank you for your well wishes. And you guys have been very sweet about being concerned about my surgery. And I felt really bad because I really couldn't respond to anybody, especially no comments, have any responses, because I'm being really good and following the rules. That's not my mantra. My mantra? That's not me. I'm not too much of a rule follower. Oh, let's see. Can you tell which side is the right side? This side is the right side, and then it folds up onto the wrong side. The wrong side is just as pretty as the right side. I'm putting all this away because it's going to be a while before I can do anything. I was kind of thinking of making a quilt pillow or doing some slow stitching with this. So this was kind of my idea about how I was going to use this, besides making a boho quilt or boho journal. Look at that. Almost right. There we go. There, I can make a little bow. Almost right. And then all these pretty pieces. You know what? I'll put those in one of the bags. I had some bags here. Here we go. Remember this piece? Wow. That piece is so pretty. I wonder if I should slip that underneath because I don't want to bend it any more than it's bent. Well, I'm going to highly recommend buying these fabric scraps for your journals. I want you all to have some of these. Oh, you know what? I remember what she did. She put this in there. She put that. I could almost open that up and put it all the way around. But I'm just, you know, just for me, just to dress up my craft room. And then I have all of these in here. Yes, I have had people over to my house. My son, my grandson, my friends have come over. And so we did try social distancing and masking, of course, but mostly I have been living my life as though there was not a pandemic this past week. Just actually having people in the house has just been amazing. So I guess you do what you need to do. I mean, my goodness, I already was close to, one of the things that was said when I was in surgery, they didn't put me out. I had to watch it all. I had to watch everything as I was getting my eye fixed. I had to see the shots going into my eye. I had to, of course, I don't want to gross anybody out. But anyway, I was wide awake, and they said I had a twilight sleep, but I don't think they never give me enough of that stuff. So I was very aware of what was going on, and I heard someone say that the next person who was supposed to have the surgery tested positive for COVID. And the doctor said, "Oh, great." She was in my office this week. So I don't know if I should be sharing that, but anyway, the alarm bells, you know, while I'm laying there on this table. Oh, it was really, you know, I haven't been in an operating room, you know, and it's just weird. They're just huge. And, you know, you've got this bright light in your eye all the time and everything. But my alarm bells are going off in my head like, oh my gosh, and here she is. She's bent over me. But they all have their surgical masks and everything, so I'm sure they're not sending any germs my way. And now it's been almost a week, and I have no ill effects or anything. Anyway, I was thinking, you know, how many people have I interacted with in the hospital? You know, you have the receptionist, you have you go into the room, and the people come in and take all the information. Other people come in and put IVs in you, and I had 2 different people have to try and put IVs in because they said no food or water after midnight, only little sips to take your medicine. Well, I took my medicine before midnight, so I had no sips of water or anything, and the one girl couldn't get it in. And so there was this very nice, tall guy, very quietly kept saying, "Well, I can do it for you if you'd like." But he wasn't saying, "Hey, let me do it." But finally she said, "Oh, okay, I give up, you try." And he put it in very, very nicely. And he said that my veins weren't puffed up because no water. I was somewhat dehydrated. So it wasn't really her fault, and it wasn't really kind of her thing, what she does, I think. And I thought he was going to be the anesthetist. Is that how you say it? but I don't think he was because I didn't see him in the operating room. But anyway, he put it in there really nicely, except I couldn't close my hand because if I closed my hand, it would be pulling on the thing, but it was taped down, so it was really painful. So I had to keep my hand open. All these things I'm telling you because I'm such a chatterbox. But these are all things that you guys really don't probably want to hear, but I have to talk. I have to tell. I have to say what I'm saying. And you know, it's so funny when I'm sitting here talking to you, my eyes are closed because I'm so used to having 4 days of closed eyes. But I'm very happy. My house is like spotless. My daughter went around and dusted and mopped and cleaned and she cooked all my meals, 3 meals a day. I haven't had 3 meals a day in a long time, just because, you know, I usually eat late and early, so 2 meals does me. But look at these. I'm just so happy with these. And I've been watching videos. I've been watching Betsy Doodle. I've been watching Mags. I've been watching J. Charles Outdoors. You guys should watch J. Charles Outdoors because he's an outdoorsman and he camps and he takes you along on the camping trip just like you were there. All the little minute details of camping and hiking through the woods and making a camp and taking it down and cooking over the campfire, all that. So interesting to watch. He's just a very, very interesting YouTuber. I know that's not normally your thing, but sometimes he does videos where like one video I really like. He is canoeing down a river and there's just music. There's just very, very slight music in the background, but you can kind of hear the paddle and you hear the birds and the sounds of the water. And it's a long video, almost like an hour long or something, maybe even longer than that. It's a really long video, but it's so comforting and soothing and you just feel like you have taken that trip. Okay, that's my big recommendation. J. Charles Outdoors. Let's see, who else have I watched? Dawn. Let's Make a Mess with Dawn. I was able to listen to her. I can't really see what she's doing, but I was able to listen, and you know how chatty Dawn is, and I love that. And so I listened to Fatty Patty videos and because they're nice and long, and so I had that to listen to and enjoy. And you know, I just listened to a bunch of you guys, so I just kept I kept the phone on because I'm allowed to watch the screen, so I would put it on the TV, but then sometimes it would veer off into people I don't even know. And so that was interesting to see new people too. What else? But yes, I'm doing well, and I have a few more days where I'm not supposed to read. I think she said, don't use your phone, don't read or anything until you come back next week. So that's what I'm doing. No texting, she said. No texting. She looked at me. She's no texting. So I know that it's important. She said you have to rest your eyes because even though you're only using, if you close the one eye and you're only using your good eye to do that, because the one eye, it wasn't patched, but I couldn't see out of it, so I would close it to do anything. And she said, even though you're only looking out of one eye, both eyes move back and forth, and you need to rest your eyes and not make them move. You don't want them to move, you want them to stay still. So she says you can watch TV from across the room, but stay off your phone. So I've been good, following the rules. Okay, now today I'm going to be on my phone a little bit just to upload this. But I think, you know, we're pretty close. We're pretty close to my appointment, not tomorrow, but the next day. So I think, 3 minutes on the phone to let it upload. And Okay, and then you guys have to listen to all the things that I might edit out normally, like any coughing, sniffling, um, stupid things I say. I do say stupid things. Sometimes I think, why did I say that? Or like if I was editing this, I would probably cut out the part about the doctor talking about the other patient, because that's probably a privacy thing. But nobody knows who my doctor is, and nobody knows who the other patient is. So I'm just letting you in on how alarmed I was to hear that. And I could hear all their chit-chat going on in the room, and they seemed to be totally unaware that I was hearing them. And the whole operation didn't really hurt, but it was weird to see all that stuff that was going on in my eye, because you could see it was behind the eyeball, behind the, you could see it was behind the eyeball, I guess you'd say. And because you were looking, I don't even know how that works. But anyway, it was weird that I could see all that. Oh, I was going to show you the picture of what I saw for 4 days. But when I normally was looking before the surgery, this is how I found out that there was something wrong. When I would close my eyes, I'd get this big image of like a pupil and a big iris. And that was what was distorting everything when I opened my eye and looked. It was there and it was distorting everything. Okay, now I had that same image plus a big blob going around the eyeball, underneath that iris, underneath the iris and the thing. It was a big blob, but it was so colorful because it was purple, the same color of purple as my glue stick. So every time all day I just kept thinking, I wish I could be using my glue stick. But there was that big glob of purple. And then as I looked at it, it would get darker and darker and darker purple. But the iris itself was like a pinkish purple. And everything else was black. But after the surgery, I saw these big jagged streaks coming out of all that. And I could probably even draw it on here, but I'm not going to. And I found out later, like 2 or 3 days later, that those were the stitches. We were reading something about, what you do after the surgery, and they said the stitches in the eye will dissolve. So I realized, oh, that's what that is. That's the stitches, because I thought, no, my eyesight's even worse than it was. And it is worse than it is, but it's going to come up better. So this is all more than you want to know, and I probably should edit all this. I probably shouldn't even put this up, but I'm going to leave it up because I'm going to let you know where I'm at. And thank you, Sophia, for the beautiful cards that you made me, and especially for this one. This one, with brave wings, she flies. And I just feel like I've been brave this week because it was scary. But on the whole, I if it had to be done again, and sometimes it does, I would do it again. So if this happens to you, a molecular hole only happens to 8 people out of 100,000. So it happens, and they do it all the time, but it's probably not going to happen to you. But if it does happen, don't panic. It's a little bit worse than a root canal. I will say that. Because I was thinking, it can't be any worse than a root canal because you're just under a local. It's a little bit worse than a root canal, but it's it's bearable, totally bearable. So don't panic if you start having trouble with your eyes or something. And it happens to people over 60, although according to my demographics, everybody that watches me is over 60. but I know they're not. I know that there are some of you out there that like me and watch me, even though you're not geriatric age. Oh, I had to laugh. I was listening to Dawn, and she called people. She said she was 61. She says, no, she had a brother or sister, or she had a sister that was like 63 or something, and then she said she had a brother who was almost 70. Oh my gosh, you know, how awful is that? And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm 70. And then she started talking about people who, she called them the blue hairs. She wants to go on a trip, a travel trip. And I was, I'm planning kind of the same thing. I'm going to do some traveling when I can. But she said, what if I get with a bunch of blue hairs that I have nothing in common with? And I thought that was so funny. Because, yeah, I can see that, you know, if you go on a tour group and they're all completely out of, you know, I mean, Dawn is a really, really fun person, and I imagine she I just know that she's just fun and lively and likes to party and all that kind of stuff. And if she would be stuck with a bunch of very elderly people sedately going here and there and talking quietly, she'd probably, well, she'd probably hook up with one or two of them and bring them out. I would imagine, or she'd be having fun with a tour guide, or a bus driver or something, somebody lively and fun. Or she'd find somebody, a waitress or whatever, and entertain herself with those kind of people. Boy, this is more than what you want to know, but I just I just have nothing else to do today, so I'm talking to you guys, and I'm enjoying being with you, and hopefully you haven't turned this off saying, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear any details of any operations. Nothing like that. So there we go. I would have cut that out. Throat clearing, although sometimes they do escape and they get in the videos. So thank you for your care and for your concern, and please be patient. I will answer your comments, and I hope you're watching, and I hope you hang out with me and hang in there until I can start gluing again. Oh, I had a whole book set aside, my newest glue book set aside. Oh, this is paper. I don't want to leave that. That I was going to glue in, and I found out I wasn't supposed to do that. So it'll be a while until until the next video, until I glue. I glue for you. I will glue for you and for me. Bye, everybody, before I get completely stupid. Bye-bye.